Officials in the US state of Alaska have released tens of thousands of pages of emails from and to Sarah Palin during her time as governor. They've been made public following requests from news organizations dating back to 2008, when she was chosen from relative obscurity to become the Republican vice presidential candidate. Mrs. Palin may now be considering running for the presidential nomination. Well, we can speak to the BBC's Tom Burridge in Washington, who's been following today's events. And Tom, just the sheer volume of requests for these emails shows that there's a real fascination with Sarah Palin.
That's right. 24,000 sheets of emails in several boxes taken out from an office in Alaska today. And the journalists were all waiting there, American journalists who made this request back in 2008, as you say, when Sarah Palin was a relative unknown. She'd just been announced as John McCain's running mate in the presidential election for 2008. But when you look at the sort of intrigue and the sort of fascination, really, which was epitomised by those boxes and these emails, which were quickly scanned onto the internet and have been trawled through by various journalists all afternoon. A lot of information going up on Twitter, appearing on US media organisations' websites. It does really show the fascination with Sarah Palin, because she really is still flirting with the US media about the prospect of her running in the 2012 campaign.
Now, as you say, journalists are still poring over this huge amount of emails, but has anything embarrassing come out yet?
Not really. I don't think anything of real note, anything that will really cause Sarah Palin any problems at all. There was one email where she praised a speech by Barack Obama back in 2008 in the summer, when he was then the presidential candidate. But really, most of the content of these emails, which I've seen, obviously there's 25,000 pages of the stuff, I've seen really just sort of mundane details about being a governor in Alaska, emails from supporters, email from constituents, actually praising Sarah Palin a fair amount. So far, nothing really of intrigue, and nothing that her political opponents, I don't think, could really use against her in the future.
And just quickly for us, Tom, she's not a favourite for the Republican presidential candidacy, but she does have a lot of supporters.
That's right. Mitt Romney, the former governor of Massachusetts, is still polling as the favourite, but Sarah Palin is seen as a real contender because she has such grassroots support within the Republican movement. She's a real favourite with the Tea Party, that grassroots movement, and she really is seen as someone who could really sort of stir up the Republican race if she was to enter it. Now, it's a big if, because at the moment she's still considering, she's still really making sort of certain signs that she might run, but at the same time, some people think that she still is stringing the US media and the sort of fascination around along. But the rest of the field, I think, sort of really not benefiting from the amount of media attention that Sarah Palin gets, because she is a massive fascination for the US media, and some of those other contenders would crave the media interest that she gets.
OK, Tom Burridge from Washington, thanks very much for the latest on those emails.